And of course, Saul goes to find. He's like looking around, and he eventually finds Susan. And Susan is putting on lipstick now. She has pink lipstick that she was losing this whole movie, and she kind of like draws like a heart around her face. It kind of looks like a little bit of a heart around her face, and then our boy Saul's like, "Is everybody on drugs in this fucking movie?" All right, because
basically,
because Susan keeps asking like, "Am I cute and everything? Am I cute with this?" He's like, I guess." All right. It's like he basically Saul right now just thinks that Angela and Susan are on like hardcore drugs right now, okay, and this is all too weird for him. All right, it's like, and then she is like, he's like, I think I'm gonna go home now, and she's like, well, you are home right now. It's like, no, girl, this is not my house. My house has like nice plastic sheets and shit on there, not this shit. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. And then this is when we get a little bit of a scene with Susan playing with the lipstick, and she takes off her shirt so we can see some tits, brother.
Of course, because that's what Linnea Quigley does.
Yes. She actually showed, like, this girl's known for showing everything. All right?
Yes.
So now we have Max and Freeney. They're going into this dark room, right? And they notice that there's a coffin in there. And our boy Max is like, hey, have we ever had sex in a coffin? She's like, no. I was like, okay, well, let's do it. I was like, okay. There we go.
Sounds good to me.
So now we're having one of the other famous scenes from this movie, which was Susan slowly putting the lipstick in her tit, brother.
Yeah.
You ever put a lipstick in your tit before, Allison?
No, but this like doesn't really become anything in the movie. It's just like, it's not even gory. It just shows her put it inside, and then that's it.
Well, okay, so there was an original idea that the writer Joe was talking about. So the original idea was for her to take the lipstick and write 666 across her chest, and then stick the lipstick in her chest, like right in her heart. Okay.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do that for a couple of reasons. They couldn't do. I guess it's for like the aesthetics of the whole lipstick getting in there without crushing. So they're like, okay, well, it's easier to put it in the tit. So they just changed it, and actually became pretty iconic scene in the movie.
Right, because it's easier to make that prosthetic and push it inside.
I guess. I mean, this scene to me was only for like the shock value. Like, oh shit, this demon girl just put a fucking, or this possessed girl just put lipstick in her tit somehow. So
yes.
And I was actually when I met Quigley, I asked her about it. She said it was just a whole plastic. They made a whole mold for it, and that's how she did it that way with the mold. So.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have Jay. He's showing up. Okay, so after all the lipstick stuff, so Jay shows up, right? And he looks at Susan. He's like, "Oh, this is after Susan already put the tit. Everything that's already happened." Jay didn't see it at all. He just shows up. He's like, "Oh yeah, like I like your paint job." He was talking about Susan because she has paint all over her.
Yeah.
And then the lights just turn on, and I guess Jay is like, "Oh, the lights turn on and stuff." And Susan just goes right for the BJ. And he's like, okay, well, fuck the lights. And so our boy Jay is just looking to get fucked somehow. Okay? Because he was looking at Susan earlier. Yes. So now Saul, he's about to leave. I keep saying Saul. It's Sal. Sal, he is about to leave. And he sees Angela's hands are on fire. And of course, now he's freaking out because, okay, this shit ain't right at all now. So now we got back in the car with Roger, and he feels like Stooge is messing with them because he's moving the car, but then she sees dead Helena's body, and he starts freaking out. So now we got seeing some of the action coming on to the movie right now. So now Susan is she's taking off her panties, okay, and Jay is getting ready, and we're gonna be ready, and then we actually see the full Monty. With our girl, Susan. Okay? Like I said, this is wild, bro. This whole movie is wild. So they start having sex, right? And Susan's like, hey, what are you looking at? And Jay's like, what are you talking about? I'm not looking at anything. She's like, you like my makeup job? He's all like, yeah, what the hell are you talking about? It looks fine. And then Susan like whips her. They're all fucking during this too. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like the penis is in there, brother. Okay.
It is.
And Susan like flip out her head and he turns into the demon. She's like, "What are you looking at?" And he starts freaking out and shit. And then she like goes and does a Dario Argento special and she pokes his eyes out, brother.
Yep.
I thought that scene was fucking awesome. So
yeah, that was really cool. So this is when the movie started getting really good to me.